This is the MMA Takes Podcast. With your host, Brian Petrie.
Hey. What's up? Day late, dollar short. That's what they say. I apologize. Hair looking fan-fucking-tastic on the video side. What's up with the what's up, baby? I got to pick them for May 14th, UFC Fight Night Vegas 54. Maybe it's 54. Don't know the hashtag, but doing it a day late. I'm sorry. I ran into some stuff yesterday. Couldn't really get it done. I had a small window to do it. And, to be honest with you, I just was like, I got to save that energy. We're doing midday. Usually I do it at night. So you're getting midday energy from Brian here. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty great. So we're going to do the pick'em, baby. May 14th. Kind of a main event's good. I think there's some spots. I saw a lot. Here's my biggest issue, right? I saw a lot of cappers on Twitters say, hey, there's some really good spots here for betting. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And the more I dove in, the more I was like, I don't see these spots. I see some spots, but I don't see the spots that they're talking about. And it's a little nerving because it's like, hey, man, what am I doing wrong? Right? I'm seeing the same thing they're seeing. What is your boy doing wrong? But again, maybe I'm not confident in the side. Maybe my confidence is a little bit of an issue right now after losing Slimeball 2 weeks in a row. But I doubt it. I'm a confident man. And I got a Slimeball, boys, at the end of the show that I'm going to read off to you. And there's going to be a member of this Slimeball where you're going to strongly disagree with and say there's no way you could rely on this fighter to win. But that's where I'm at. That's where it's like almost like this is a fuck you Slimeball, because we've been 2 or 3 for all our losses are just one fight away. And I just want to say fuck you to the MMA gods. I'm loading up on this person and we're taking it to the house. And it's a thin card too. There's 11 fights. I didn't love everyone on the card. So what are you going to do? I am drinking out of my daughter's. I usually have a Yeti cup with me. My daughter's Mickey Mouse cup. I don't know. Maybe we got this at Disney World. I do not remember. If you're on the video side, you can see this. She was very upset when I brought this into the office. She goes, whoa. Where are you going with that? And I said, I got to record a podcast. Okay, we'll get your own cup. Dad's cups are in the washer, dishwasher. They're getting washed. Okay, wait till they're done. It's like, hey, tough, I'm going to take your cup. Okay, I'm going to take your cup. What else? Did I have I feel like I always got like a little dumb little fucking story to tell you in the beginning or some shit like that. I think I got it all out on the recap show. I think we're just strictly here for fights. Just strictly about that business, about getting these monies. No fluffing around, no huffing fluffing. Huffing fluffing. Is that a word? Huffing fluffing? Yeah, that might be a word, huh? That might be a word. What are you going to do? Oh, I will tell you this one little thing here. If you've been with me a long time, you guys know I complain about online sales and stuff. I have a lot of gear. I acquire a lot of things via, because it's like, maybe I got to check this mic out. Maybe I got to check this light out. Maybe I got to check this camera out. Maybe I got to whatever. So I'm always constantly selling stuff. I'm not a hoarder. I don't hold on to things. If I'm done with it, if I liked it, I need to move on. I get rid of it. So I have a new monitor or an old monitor I need to get rid of. Paid $900 for the monitor, a year ago, asking $600 for it. Now I put it on Facebook Marketplace only because I'm not shipping this thing. The thing's fucking huge. So if you're listening to this and you're close to me, you want a monitor, you get the MMA Takes discount. I'll discount it real cheap for you. Very nice 4K, 34-inch wide, ultra wide monitor. Dope monitor. It's in perfect condition. I keep my shit pristine. But it's spring cleaning time. I got a new monitor. I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm selling some gloves as well. Some boxing gloves that are in perfect condition that are hard to get right now. So I'm selling those as well. And just a couple other things, whatever. And the negotiations they always crack me up, right? I'm not a good negotiator. Like if I go buy a new car or used car, I'm not very good at being like, well, I need 10 grand off the asking price or I'm walking. Like I'm not good at that. Usually if the sticker says whatever it is, I'm like, I'll pay that. I'm one of those suckers. But when these people message you on, especially Facebook, eBay's not as bad, but on Facebook it's funny. So I put the monitor up, the community monitor, or whatever, up for $600. Thought it was a reasonable price. Obviously, I'm going to get some low ball offers. Obviously, I'm going to get some guys coming in at probably like $400, $500. So I only get one offer. It's been up for a couple of days now. I've got one offer. I wake up to it. It's some guy. He goes, "Hey man, ... I'll take it for $150." And I'm like, okay. So I look at the guy's name. I was like, do I know this guy? Is this guy fucking with me? Are we buddies? And I'm missing the joke here. Don't look at the guy's profile. Don't know who he is. We don't have any mutual friends. I go, okay. So now I'm like, my man, you're asking for a $450 discount. I said, we're not even warming up to negotiation. I said, I paid $900 for it, a year ago. $600 not firm, but it's definitely not $150 firm. But you're asking for right off the get for a $450 discount. I went, LOL, my guy, no. He responds back. This is like 5 a.m. when I woke up for work, and I got this too. He responded back quickly and was like, fine, $175. I'm like, you know what? I didn't respond to him because now at that point he's just like doing a bit, but it was very funny. Fine, $175. You arm twisted, $175. So that was very funny. But yeah, these negotiations with some of these people, man, they're just dum-dums, All right, fight time. Speaking about not dum-dums, your boy Sharp as a motherfucker. We're going to get to these motherfucking fights. Line have moved. I got these lines yesterday because I was going to do it yesterday. So I apologize if the lines have moved. I do have DraftKings open. We'll maybe go with some props. We'll look into the prop pool as well. Diving in. First fight, Nick Maximoff, 8-0, minus 380. Woof. Versus Andre Petrovsky, 7-1, plus 290. Big steep price. Let's see if this stayed the same. Minus 380 plus 290 has stayed the same. Man, I tell you what, I tweeted out yesterday what fight you guys boys looking forward to, or what performance or what fighter or whatever the case may be, and I saw a couple Maximoffs in there. People are high in this kid. Is it the Diaz bump? Is it because he's Nate's boy? He's 8-0. He's a good wrestler. He's a good scrambler. A little undersized for 185. His stand up needs to kind of come along a little bit. He's very hittable, but he's tough. And his submissions on the ground, I don't think are world-class. At least I don't think he's getting world-class guys out of there. Andre Petrovsky, this dude, huge, big, strong dude for 185. Gasses out quite a bit. He had this number next to him, an even bigger number. He was in the thousands, I believe, when he fought Michael Gilmore, and he won ground and pound round 3. He wasn't the most impressive performance. Definitely didn't look like a minus 1,300 or whatever the fuck it was. And then he rebounded against Young Zong who, right? Yeah, this guy was 3-3. He was 3-2 or 3-1 or whatever. Former heavyweight coming down to 85. Big kid, big Chinese kid, but just not UFC caliber, not UFC level. Was getting knocked around in there, but finished on round 3. So the back-to-back round 3s I kind of like is the fact that I think he's got some cardio issues. Homeboy likes to slow down, likes to gas. He definitely did that in Brian Battle fight. He did that in the Aaron Jeffrey fight way back in the LFA. This guy was the number 1 pick on the Ultimate Fighter, did not win it, but he is good on the ground. He had a grappling decision win with Fury Grappling against Phil Halls back in December. I saw some highlights of that. Was a pretty good performance. Phil Halls isn't like a submission grappler, but he's a fantastic wrestler, and Petrovsky looked pretty good in that. Now, so we enter this fight. Maximoff just way too big. That is a little bit of a Diaz bump. I do think he deserves to be the favorite. He is incredibly scrappy on the ground. He's hard to hold down. His scrambles are great. He's hard to put away with jiu-jitsu. I just don't think his jiu-jitsu is all that great, so I'm not looking at a finish here. Over 2.5 at minus 155 is a beautiful number. I would put that with anything, and I'm going to go Andre Petrovsky here, plus 290 as well. We're going dog off the bat. Look at the boy's shoulders. Look at the boy's shoulders here, boys. We're going the dog off the bat. I just don't like this huge fucking number on Maximoff here. A lot of people love Maximoff. I get it. He's got the number because maybe Vegas is seeing something I'm not seeing. But Petrovsky, he's the bigger, stronger guy here. And if he has cardio, which he has 2 back-to-back third-round finishes, not saying he's probably going to finish Maximoff because Maximoff is a stud, and he's durable. But Petrovsky, if he can land some stand-up and he could be on top, because Maximoff likes to throw some wild shit on the feet, hand-wise, and then shoot. I mean, he just shoots on you left and right. That's obviously the key to wear out Petrovsky is to make him constantly grapple, but he is a good grappler himself. This gave me a little bit of pause because I can't play that big number. I just absolutely can't. Nick Maximoff, he's 8-0. He's very young. Petrovsky's 7-1. They're both very, very young in their MMA career, both very, very young in the UFC career. I can see why people are very high in Maximoff because, again, he's got that Diaz bump. He's got that attitude, and this shouldn't be the first fight of the night, first off. I don't know why the fuck this is the first fight of the night, but give me the underdog on Petrovsky at plus 290. That is just too juicy for a guy I think is pretty good. I don't think he's a scrub. I think the cardio thing is obviously going to be talked about a lot. This might be stylistically a bad matchup for him. He would maybe want to keep this on the feet because he's a bigger guy and Maximoff's hittable, but Maximoff's going to turn this into a grappling match. Can Petrovsky do something off his back? Can he scramble? Can he create sweeps? Can he get on top? Because he's only going to win if he's on top. He's not like the biggest submission threat from his bottom, and Maximoff is pretty solid on defense. A lot of ways this fight can go, but I'm not wavering. I'm picking the dog here, Petrovsky. I see why, the Diaz bump is happening here, but that number, guys, boys and girls, your boy can't play that number. He just can't. I can play 290. Plus 290 because that makes me tingle. Woo. Next up, Carlos Candelario, 8-1. This was a fight that got booked a while ago. Carlos got sick, plus 195 versus Tyra, minus 240. I've already broken down this fight, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I like Tashura. I think he's going to win. I went on the whole. There's not a ton of Japanese fighters in mixed martial arts anymore, at least to the elite level in the UFC. Old school Pride fan, love the Japanese fighters, want to see him succeed. And Tashura Tyra is kind of the guy that's coming in here and has a lot of hope. I think he's crafty on the ground. I think his wrestling is a long way from being good. His stand-up, I think he's got a good kick, and defensively he's a little bit of a hit or miss. But I like him here against Candelario. I know Candelario is a lot of people's underdog darlings. I get it. He's fought the better competition. Tashura Tyra's record is not that great. I just think he is skilled. I think he's talented. I think he's going to create scrambles. He's really good at taking the back, even if it doesn't hit the mat. And I think he is dangerous when he gets there. I think the kid is good size as well for 125. So give me Tashura Tyra, Slimeball candidate number 1. Shit, number 1, baby. He's number 1 candidate. Might not make the list. Got a few candidates. We'll see at the end of the show. Almost made it my mortal lock. I did not because there's a fighter I like down the card and UFC debut, whatever. But since the fight got pushed, I've even looked at it and thought about it more. And the more I like Tashura to win this fight. All right, Jandiroba, minus 165 versus Angela Hill, baby. Plus 145. Love this fight for many reasons. I love Angela Hill. I think she is probably the best 13-11 fighter that's ever existed playing on earth. She is hilarious. She is funny. Her Twitter game is great. And she doesn't take herself too seriously. She's awesome. She's the whole package, right? However, she needs to win. She needs to win fights. As much as I love her, she needs to win fights. I think she's going to have a tremendous career outside of here. She's going to be on the desk somewhere. She's going to be announcing fights somewhere. She's 37, which, I think she still has some years left in her, maybe 3 more years. But definitely in the next 1 or 2 is the high level stuff where you're going to start. Maybe you've been training your whole life for a fucking title shot. Let's go get it. And I think that's going to happen within the next 2 years. So this is a big fight for her. She's fighting stylistically a bad matchup for her. Jandiroba just likes to shoot it to the legs. She's coming off 2 decision losses over Tecia Torres. Very close fight. Probably could have won that fight. She dropped Tecia Torres in the first round a few times. Mena Lemos, which a lot of people did think she won that fight. But it seems like every time she reaches these high up fighters, she drops a decision. Way back when in Miranda Marcos back in 2019, she got armbarred pretty nasty in the Marcos fight, got completely dominated on the ground. That's the fight that threw me pause because Jandiroba is an absolute slick beast on the ground, right? High level black belt, good wrestler. She's coming off a decision loss over Manny Hebos, and that's the fight that I go back to on this. Manny Hebos, good striker, good on the ground. Angela Hill's worked tirelessly to get this fight, keep the fights on the feet. And the Amanda Lemos fight, she went after Lemos, man. That's the big thing it's like, let's just go, right? You got all the skills in the world. You're incredible Muay Thai. You're experienced. You don't get finished by anybody. Let's just go. Let's just let it loose. And she did against Lemos, and I thought it served her well. A lot of people thought she won the fight. I know on paper, she's going to get the red mark. She's going to get the red L. But she won the fight in a lot of people's opinions. And Jandiroba, mixed results here. Fought some high-level competition with Mackenzie Dern. Dropped that fight. Couldn't really get the takedown. Lost in the stand-up. Amanda Hebos, same kind of situation. And then the Kanako Murata fight, which is her biggest win to date, was a shoulder injury. So it was a fight that she was controlling pretty well. But again, it was a shoulder injury. I like the dog again here, boys. And not only do I like the dog, but I'm the dog. The big bad dog. Boom, dog lock, thin card. Listen, I've bagged on women's MMA. I am terrible at betting women's MMA and picking in women's MMA. I'm usually the opposite. So if you're listening to this, make Jandiroba your mortal lock, right? I'm here to create a service. If I'm on a women's side and I dog lock them, good chance they're probably gonna lose. I'm almost like a women's curse when it comes women's MMA curse to that. So I'm doing you a service. Go Jandiroba, lock her up, put some shekels on her, and that counts as a win for me. But I do like Angela Hill in this fight. I think she just could be more violent on the feet. I like her elbows. I like her clinch game. Jandiroba's wrestling is coming along, but she does spend a lot of time in that clinch. She's a little undersized, at least height-wise. She's going to get eaten up with knees. She's going to get eaten up with elbows by Angela Hill. Angela Hill's great at distance as well. Jandiroba, though, has a huge advantage when the fight goes to the ground. I do think Angela Hill's made leaps and bounds since that Randall Marcos fight where she got taken down and just got armbarred and looked just really pedestrian. I think she has made a lot of strides in her ground, and she needs to. And this is, again, I think Angela Hill is analytical. I think she's smart. So this is a type where she's like, okay, the only way Jandiroba's going to win, she takes me down. So I can't get taken down. And if I do get taken down, I got to get the fuck up. So the over 2.5 minus 255, I do like that. I got to be honest with you guys. I was flirting putting that in the Slimeball parlay. I have said to you several times, I do not do money line and props in parlays. You do prop parlays, then you do money line parlays. You don't mix them. Not my house. But I need to change something up. I need to get a little, change it up. Get some of the fucking mojo back, right? And but I couldn't pull the trigger, but I do like over 2.5. I've been crushing over 2.5s lately, stringing together some little parlays. Those are the really, even though I was down this week, even though I lost money this week, I hit a couple over 2.5s, and those really saved me. That and really that's it. That's about fucking it. I missed pretty much everything else. So I do like the over 1/2. It's not a crazy number at minus 255. I can see maybe Angela Hill cutting her and getting a stop, or even Jandiroba catching arm late, but nah, give me the over 2.5. This fight's going to be competitive. It's going to go to decision. Hopefully the judges finally like Angela Hill in this one, because I do think Jandiroba is going to try to clinch a lot, and I think Angela Hill is going to dominate the clinch, and it's all going to depend what the judges see. Hopefully they see those fucking elbows and knees coming at Jandiroba's head, because Angela Hill, dog lock, let's go. Big drink. Let's get cotton out there for a little bit. Big drink, boys. Michael Johnson. Fucking Michael Johnson. He's back. Minus 150 versus Alan Petrie. Plus 130. Let's see if these lines have stayed the same, boys. Yep, the exact same. That is good news. Michael Johnson. I feel like I haven't seen this guy fight in forever. So he's on a 4-fight skip. And Michael Johnson's one of those guys, if you ask hardcore fans like myself and Timbo and some other people, this guy has all the skills. How old is he right now? Is he a little too old now? Okay, he's 35. So he's right there. But this guy literally has all the skills in the world to be world champion. He is seconds away from some of these fights being a lot better than they are. It's a lack of focus. He has the skills. He has the coaching. Everyone likes him in the gym. Like, he's a gym guy. He's like team captain a lot of the times. It's got to be some kind of mental confidence issue. This fight was supposed to happen back in a week ago. Really? A week ago? So anyway, 4-fight losing streak. Clay Guida, decision loss. He did not look inspired. That was back in February of 2021. So he's full over a year. Looked a little uninspired, taking a break. I like it. Thiago Moises dominated Moises that first round. Rocked him. Could have had him out. Maybe a 10-8 round, comes out, gets ankle locked the second round. You get caught. Stevie Ray, majority decision, very close fight. I did not watch that fight back. I can't say whether he won or lost. Obviously, majority decision tells me it's a very, very close fight. Again, I'm not going to speak on it because I do not remember, and I did not watch it back. The Josh Emmett fight. Josh Emmett, high-level guy fighting Calvin Kidd. Here coming up, high-level guy. He was winning. It was so it was a competitive fight. Some people maybe had him up. Some people didn't. Michael Johnson's boxing is fast. It's crisp. He's big power. He's got a knockout win over Dustin Poirier, for crying out loud. He's got a war with Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz won that fight, but it was a pure stand-up. But Michael Johnson landed some big shots on Nate Diaz as well. But obviously Nate won, but it was competitive. And Josh Emmett, again, another one of those things. Speed killed Emmett, and then Emmett clipped him in that fucking third round and put him out. You know, it's his first knockout loss, I believe, like full-on knockout loss. I know he's gotten, Justin Gaethje, like TKO'd him and stuff, but that was like his full-on knockout loss, and he's fought everybody, right? And he's like, everyone's like, whoa, do more. You're so good. Finally, Alan Patrick, who to me, is coming off kind of a scumbag fight, right? Getting dominated by Mason Jones, gets eye poked, says he can't continue. A lot of people online, including yours truly, said that it looked like it was just a kind of average eye poke. It didn't seem that much. I'm not in there. I'm not Alan Patrick, but it did seem to me that he looked like he was on his way out, right? He's on a 2-fight losing streak besides the no contest. Bobby Green decision loss, and then Scott Holtzman finished him in the third round. Scott Holtzman fight's big for me because Scott Holtzman is a striker. Solid takedown defense, at least can be, and has been in the past. And, he stayed on the feet with Holtzman and then eventually gets butchered on the ground in that third round. Michael Johnson has a wrestling background, even though sometimes he hasn't shown it, but the speed disparity, I think, is going to be huge on the feet. I think Michael Johnson is going to knock him up a little bit. Alan Patrick is a 38-year-old guy. I'm taking Michael Johnson. You can't talk me out of it. You won't talk me out of it. I'm going with MJ here. This is a 4-fight losing streak with a guy as talented as Michael Johnson. There's no way it's going to be 5. Sanford MMA is getting this guy's mind right. Kamaru Usman's been down there. They're getting this guy right. He's coming out, looking fast, catching him with a left hand because he's fast as fuck. Let's go, Michael Johnson. I just now looked at his record. His record's 19-17. Ooh. Angela Hill, 13-11. Michael Johnson, 19-17. He's fucking fought the best in the world. What a crazy ass record. Let's go Johnson over Alan Patrick here, who's got a good record in 15-3, but a lot of those were outside the UFC. So I'm gonna need Michael Johnson here. Next up, Vivian Araujo. She is a -105 versus Angela Lee, who is -115. We gotta pick 'em fight, boys. We gotta pick 'em fight. Pick 'em. I'm high on Angela Lee. I'm going to pick Angela Lee. Not bearing the lead here. I picked against her, not in the Shevchenko fight. God, I will never take Antonio Shevchenko over anybody. Shots fired. The little sister of Valentina. I would never pick her. But I had her in the Joanne Wood fight. Lost split decision. Thought she won. I had her in the Lauren Murphy fight. Lost split decision. That one, I thought maybe Lauren Murphy did win that fight. Had her in the Roxanne Modafferi fight, lost unanimous decision, right? Roxy got her, but just, those were all back in 2019, 2020, 2020. Comes back against Antina Shevchenko, triangle armbar, second round. That was back in 21. I think she moved camps a little bit. I know she's bouncing around. I'm not sure if she's Louisiana or if she's in Texas or something. Something happened in her camp. I should know, but I don't know. Anyway, whatever, did it work. She got a finish, triangle armbar, round 2 over Shevchenko. Comes out against Cynthia Calvillo, who possibly might have not looked super motivated. If we're going to go ahead and be real with it, let's be 100. Let's keep it 100. Did not look super motivated. Corner stoppage, round 2. Looked very good. She was all over Calvillo in that fight. Looked really good on her stand-up. Looked really good on her cardio, her pace, her grappling exchanges. Everything looked fantastic. Vivian Araujo was a girl who came in the UFC, and let me see. You're right. Huge knockout over Tyler Bernardo. Big overhand right. Holy shit. Look at this power. Decisions Alexis Davis vet. Loses to Jessica I in a very sloppy Jessica I type fight. Gets Montana Del Rosa, gets Roxy, both decisions. So where did this power come from? Where was this power? You have some injuries you have some finishes outside the UFC. Where's this huge power that you showed? This beautiful right hand in the third round. Haven't really seen it, right? But it's still there, I would assume. But the Montana fight and the Roxanne fight, she played it kind of safe. She's protecting herself. She's winning fights. That's what she's doing. Caitlin Chikagian fight, she fell behind the entire fight. I think she's going to fall behind in this fight as well. I like Andrea Lee in this fight. I like Andrea Lee, just no props for me. I like her straight up. I like the money line, 115. Feed it to me, baby. Feed me the money line at 115. It is staying the same on DraftKings Sportsbook as well. I like Andrea Lee here. I just think she's the better fighter everywhere. I do think if it goes to the ground, she's going to have the advantage. Andrea Lee has struggled off her back. I think she's fixing that, not going to her back and then working her way to the feet. I like how she mixes things up. Her cardio looks good, but the past 2 fights, her stand-up has looked really good too. Put the pressure on the stand-up and then take it down because Viviane, listen, the knock on, not the knock on her, but we still see that right hand fucking knockout. We still see it, boys. So that's obviously going to be in the back of a lot of people's minds. It's the back of my fucking mind. But I like Andrea Lee here as a bet. I'm not going to parlay it. I don't parlay women's MMA. Again, I have a historically bad record betting women's MMA. But I'm going to keep doing it because I got to get better. Okay? The only way to get better is to work harder. Okay? You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do. Give me Andrea Lee. Good to be a competitive fight. Good to be fun fight to watch. Next up, Jake Hadley. Jack Hadley, minus 220. Minus 210, versus Alan Nascimento, plus 175. Got to be honest with you, boys. This fight, was this the hardest one to pick? Yeah. Besides the main event, this was the hardest one to pick, for sure. I'll tell you why. Alan Nascimento is a guy who, he's a good-sized underdog here, right? He's 0-1 in the UFC against Tagir. Really 0-2, lost on the Contender Series as well against Ryan Paiva, but it was a very close fight. Ryan Paiva is doing great things in the UFC. The Tagir fight I thought was very close. I didn't think he lost. I didn't think he won. He's pushing the takedowns, came in on short notice, looked pretty good. This guy I think is better than what people are giving him credit for. I truly believe that. I think Nascimento is a tough, durable dude. He's hard to get out of there. He's 18-6. He's been around for a while. Experienced guy. Jake Hadley, how do you pronounce it in English, people? White Kong. Dope nickname. That's a dope nickname. Young kid, confident as ever. His Tapology picture, he's a small guy, right? He's flyweight, 125. Tapology picture, he's got red underwear on. I mean, I know they're fight shorts or tight shorts, but they're red whitey tighties. And the belt that's bigger than his entire torso because he's a small guy. But came on the Contender Series. I think didn't he have like trouble getting on the Contender Series for a while? He was supposed to fight Clifton Rodriguez, I think, right? Yeah, okay. Cage Warrior guy, which we know Cage Warriors produces pretty good fighters. Former champion in Cage Warriors. Had trouble getting to the Contender Series or something. There was a visa issue. Don't remember. Maybe an injury. Supposed to fight Clayson Rodriguez, with Clayson ended up winning, getting the UFC. So then he comes against Mitch Rapuzzo, who fought on the Ultimate Fighter. Good wrestler, good grappler, competitive first round. Jake took over in the second round. Jake obviously likes to play the ground game. He's good on the ground. His stand-up's trying to come a little bit. He's very hittable in the Mitch fight, showed a pretty good chin, but did get tagged a few times in that Mitch fight. Alan Nascimento likes to make it grimy, but he likes to get it to the ground. Is he going to want to take Jake to the ground? Because that's what Jake likes. Jake's good off his back. He's got an active guard, but even more so, he's got really good sweeps. He creates scrambles, and then within those scrambles, he can take your back. So I had trouble because I was like, man, I need more dogs, right? I'm always dog hunting. I'm dog the bounty hunter, right? And I'm looking for more dogs, but I can't force the dogs. And I really wanted Nascimento. I thought he had a good number there. Has he ever been submitted before? Let's look at that. Okay, so everything I see is the decision losses. Decision losses. So he's never been submitted before. I'm telling you, he's a tough, durable dude. This gives me a little boop. But I tell you what happened. When I put up that tweet about, who you're looking forward to, there's so much confidence behind this kid, right? And he does have skills. He's young. He's active. I think this is a bad matchup with Nascimento because I think Nascimento is a good grappler, but I think Jake maybe is a couple steps ahead of him. I could be wrong. Who do you think? I just said an English fighter, an Englishman, has maybe a step ahead of a grappling over a Brazilian guy. That's 2022. What year is it? What the fuck? 2022 MMA. Is I think the English guy has a better, who's 8-0, 25 years old, stud, has a better grappling over Nascimento. I just think he has better overall game in MMA, but I'm going to be sweating it. But this is Slimeball candidate number 2 because my beautiful, wonderful Twitter followers have a lot of confidence in this guy. Makes me have confidence because I was on the fence. I don't want to force a dog here. I need parlays. I need parlay pieces. Jake Hadley seems like a confident bloke. See what I did there? He's English. Nailed it. And so give me Jake Hadley or Hadley. I don't know how you pronounce his name. So I'm going to figure it out once Brandon Fitzgerald, once Fitzy pronounces it this weekend, I'll have it locked in. I won't mess it up again. But give me Jake. And just out of just fucking let's go, right? Let's look at props because props make you fucking rich. Jake Hadley, I think it's Hadley. Fuck off. By submission, plus 450. By decision, plus 110, right? Nascimento, black belt on the ground, good on the ground. Could get submitted. We've seen it before. Charles Oliveira's been submitted. Rodolfo Vera has been submitted. People can get submitted, right? By submission, plus 450, worth a poke. Worth a poke, boys. Nascimento by submission, plus 450, will also worth the poke. And by decision, plus 500, a little more. I think that might be a little more realistic because I think maybe Jay could get caught up playing the guard game a little bit, off his back, losing rounds, whatever. So Nascimento by plus 500, by 5-1, by submission, or by decision. Listen, I'll take it. I'll take it every day of the week, 5-1. All right, next up, Frank Camacho versus Manuel Torres. Old Frank Camacho looks to be in great shape. One of the smallest waists I've ever seen ever on Instagram. He looks to be kind of taking it seriously, but Camacho, plus 110 versus Torres, minus 130. Let's see if this has moved at all. Camacho plus 105, Manuel Torres minus 125. So the problem here is no one knew who Manuel Torres is. He came on the Contender Series, had a great knockout in the first round over Colton Ungland, who is just okay, right? He's not the best, just okay. But he's got some losses that we don't really know about, right? He lost to Carlos Calvo, 6-0 by knee bar back in 2019. No promotion, no, round one, but no promotion. And then he lost to Mahata Garza Avalos, 8-7-1 by heel hook. Obviously, he's got a problem with his legs. The guy gets wrapped up and he gets his legs taken from him. Other than that, he has some decent wins. He has some KO wins. He's got some submission wins himself, but the competition is very just, some of these guys don't even have fucking records. So this is a big question mark. But then you get Frank Camacho. He's a fucking vet, grizzly vet. Used to have a chin from hell, fought at 170. Jeff Neal changed his career, in my opinion. Jeff Neal's knockout of him was absolutely fucking vicious. Head kick. Just fucking killed the guy. Took a year off. Got a win over Nick Hine. Same year. Fought Beneil Dariush. Got wrapped up in a rear naked choke in round one. That's going to happen. Benny Dariush is a stud. Took a year off. Fought Justin James. Got knocked out in the first round. Justin James just come in with hooks. That's what he did until Camacho just couldn't take it. He's taking 2 years off. Almost 2 years to the day when he's going to fight. And had a Brock Weaver fight canceled. Brock Weaver scumbag. And then Matt Frivola, the steamroller Frivola. Both those got canceled. Now he's fighting Manuel Torres, which I think is a favorable matchup. I think he would have probably beat Brock Weaver because Brock Weaver stinks. And then Matt Frivola probably would have turned him into a pretzel. But Manuel Torres is a good matchup for him because we don't know anything about this guy. Good striker. Powerful dude. A lot of people are fading him for the simple fact that he's coming off the Contender Series with a first-round knockout. No one knows who he is. No one knows his losses. No one knows his wins. Who the fuck is this kid, right? I'm going with him. You know what I mean? I'm riding with Torres here. I like the number. If it was a crazy big number, like people really riding high on this kid, I would definitely watch out for this. But this is a fight that I'm going to bet. Slimeball candidate number 3 right here from Miguel Torres. I'm a fucking nut, dude. UFC debutant that no one knows his record. No one knew who he fight. I'm throwing him in a Slimeball. I'm crazy. I'm fucking crazy. I'll give you the full Slimeball at the end of the show, but Manuel Torres, man, I like him over Camacho. Camacho looks to be in great shape, according to his Instagram. Body on point here. He does have some good wrestling. Camacho can take you down. He isn't just a brawler. He does have an overall mixed martial arts game. That's where I can see Torres having a problem here. Torres can be taken down. Watch out those legs. He's been lost twice with leg submissions. I don't know if Torres has knee bars and ankle locks and whatnot, but he does have some pretty good grappling in his arsenal. He seems to be in phenomenal shape. So that is a spot I can see a lot of people liking, but I'm going to ride with the new guy. I'm going to ride with the powerful guy. How old is Torres? Because if he's, I'm not even going to look at, right? The commuter's over here. I'm not looking. If he's over 28, right, I'm going to go Camacho. That's my deal to you. If he's over 28, I'm going to switch sides altogether, and I'm going to go Camacho. Okay? Let's see how old he is. 27. Got to go Torres, baby. Hey, got to go Torres. I left that to the fate. He just turned 27, too, back in March. Okay? So he's a young 27. Give me Torres. Let's go. All right, next fights are these 4 are the ones I picked on the Anakin Florian, so going to be no surprise to you. I broke them down. I don't remember much of it because I was telling you it was my Jordan flu game. I had a migraine. Don't remember anything besides the David Grant fight. But Caitlin Chikagian versus Mandy Hebos. I saw that today. They reposted that today. Still like Hebos. Haven't changed my mind at all. Chikagian is a tough out. She's tough for anyone to beat. Her movement, her ability to win fights by decision. I mean, squeezes them out. She yells every time she punches. Hebos, though, is a girl that I like. I think she's better everywhere. But this is what's so great about MMA. There's so many intangibles. I do think Hebos is better everywhere, but she might not be able to get it anywhere. Her wrestling's not overly good. Caitlin Chikagian probably going to stop the wrestling takedowns. And Hebos is going to maybe be walking into a lot of stuff because Chikagian's the bigger girl. See, a lot of people very confident in Chikagian. Chikagian minus 170, Hebos plus 150. I'm still taking the dog. I'm not backtracking. I'm not switching my pick. Hebos is now plus 155. Some monies is coming in on Chikagian, and I get it, right? She's a tough fucking nut to crack. She's hard to bet against. She's hard to win money against, but I like the number on Hebos. This is going to be a pride pick. This is going to be something when I drive to Indiana. I'm going to sit there and I got my last bullet left. And I'm going to be like, you know what? Who should I fire this on? And it's going to be Hebos because people I respect are picking Chikagian and I just want to be right. It's one of those like, let me be right one time on this one, huh? But I do think Hebos is a very talented girl. But again, my advice earlier in the podcast, I am so ice cold when it comes to women's MMA, go opposite. So that means bet your fucking house on Chikagian. All right, next up, Louis Smolka versus David Grant. Fight I'm looking forward to the most. David Grant is my guy who I picked on the Anakin Florian. I like him a lot. Slimeball candidate at number 4. Number 4, there's only going to be 3. He's number 4, and lock him up, babe. Lock him up. Davy Grant, who I have doubted his whole career, made fun of the Jonathan Martinez fight. If anyone pulled audio from that fucking pick'em podcast, I might be canceled. Not really. Canceled in David Grant's household, at least. This kid's a scrapper. This kid's tough. He's been in there with some really good, talented guys. He's coming off 2 losses over to Adrian Yanez, who's a fucking stud, and Chito, who's going to be going to win fucking president next year or next 4 years, whatever. How does that work? What is it? Huh? What day is it? But Smolka, again, listen, Smolka had some really good things to say at the press conference. He's letting the hair grow out. He's like, hey, if you like last week's main event, stick around for our fight. He knows it's going to be a scrap. He knows that he needs to, create madness in there, create scrambles, grab an arm, grab a neck. He could submit David Grant. David Grant is a jiu-jitsu fighter, but he's more, he wants to keep the fight standing because he's got power. I like David Grant here. The number plus 230 for Smolka, plus 290, minus 290 in David Grant. I can assure you that has moved. David Grant is now minus 305. Louis Smolka plus 240. Listen, give me all that David Grant love. Mortal lock. I locked him up. Listen, not a ton of spots on this card. 11 fights. Hopefully none cancel out. But I do like this spot for David Grant here. Louis Smolka seems to fall a little short. This is a really high card placement for him. 35ers go shot. It's going to be an exciting fight. Give me David Grant. I like him by KO as well. Let me look at that prop. I got it, boyzos. My boys. David Grant by KO plus 100. I like the money line in a parlay. I like under 2.5, which is minus 200. That could be interesting as well with maybe another over 2.5, another prop. Plus 100 is not crazy. But Smolka by decisions plus 700. You could hedge. You can hedge, but I'm confident in David Grant. Mortal lock. Next up, co-main event, Ryan Spann versus Ian Cutelaba. Superman Spann has been in my doghouse since the Johnny Walker fight. He lost me a lot of money. I think this guy is just your kind of average fighter. I think he's gotten away with a lot of things in his MMA career because of his size and his athleticism. He's huge for 205. Cutelaba looks to be motivated than ever, looks to be in shape, shaving that head, angry, screaming at the camera every time I look at him on Instagram. I see him coming out, not doing anything crazy in that first round. This is just all me assuming. Coming out, nothing crazy, and then taking him down. Ryan Spann is a fish out of water. Nailed that. Fish out of water on his back. He's got some good get-ups because, again, he's so long and athletic and strong. But Cutelaba, though, is a stud. He's strong. He's going to get you there. He's going to take you there, put you there. He's going to pound you out, maybe submit him. I like Cutelaba by, he could submit Spann, but I like him by TKO. I like him just raining down fucking blows. KO, TKO, minus 135. So a lot of people are thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Minus 135. Whenever I look at a prop, it's in the minus, like a finished prop, and it's in the minus. Nah. Don't like it. Let's go submission by plus 850. Cutelaba, Sambo guy. He can take an arm. He can take a neck. Does Cutelaba has any submissions on his record? I imagine he's got to have at least one. Let's see, Cutelaba. Elbows. Yeah, the guy loves just fucking getting on top of you and just, Omoplata win way back when in 2015 over Vitaly Onshchenko. Vitaly, what are you doing lately, bro? 6-5-1. Onyx is his nickname. He fought in 2019. That's about it. But he had Omoplata win over him, which is another Omoplata win over Igor Kulzagog. Igor, where you at, man? Oh my God, Igor. He looks like Butterbean in this picture. Look at this guy. He looks like the bald guy from Barry that just gained a lot of weight. 9-9 is his MMA record. When's the last time he fought? Back in 2016. Okay, so yeah, these Omoplatas, that's his fucking move. He's got 2 submission wins, both by Omoplata. He's got some submission losses, but man, Omoplata, look out, Ryan Spann. Listen, I can't do the prop of him finishing. I like a money line. I wouldn't even be adding him to a parlay. He's not part of the Slimeball parlay for whatever reason, just because I think Ryan Spann is dangerous in that first round. But I do like Cutelaba. I think it's worth a throw. It's worth a shot in the dark by submission there, man, at 800, 8-1 with anything. It gets me going. He could fucking omoplot them, dude. Take a fucking shoulder home to chug. Take it with you. Main event, Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. Plus 155 for Blachowicz, minus 180 for Rakic. So Kenny Florian broke this down first, and he killed it. I mean, he said everything that needed to be said. What Jan is showing up, right? And I picked Rakic, and I'm sticking with Rakic. And I became a little more confident in Rakic because of what Kenny said in his breakdown. He picked Jan. I understand why. Jan, former champion, is a guy that his whole career he's been doubted. He's come back from the brink of doubts. He's 2-4, almost cut, rallies off wins. No one thought he was going to be champion. He's the champion. Now he's coming off an ugly loss of his title to Glover Teixeira, which is, wasn't a great performance by him. So this is where Jan rallies. So I understand why people like Jan. Plus, he's a dog. I get it. Former champion, dog money. But he is 39. Rakic is huge, and he's got all the confidence in the world. Good striker, good kicker. His boxing still needs a little improvement, but his kicks are very good. His grappling is something he's obviously worked on desperately. The Volkan Ozdemir fight was a grappling heavy fight where he lost split decision. It was very, very close. I actually had Rakic winning that, but he's out-grappled the past 2 opponents. Mr. Twitter Fingers, loves running his mouth. I kind of like it. Don't love it because he needs to kind of show up because his grappling is basically, I'm a big, strong dude. I'm going to take you down. I'm just going to keep you there. And I'm going to do it just enough not to get stood up. And if I get stood up, I'm going to take you down again. He does have submissions. Ground and pound's very average. Again, stand up is good, but mainly for those giant kicks. Again, I think his boxing is weak. At least it has been weak. We haven't seen him a little bit. This could be a resurgence where he comes out there and he's going to be the faster guy. Jan Blachowicz is not fast. Jan Blachowicz is awkward. His timing is different. He's a hard guy to read in there. But this comes back to my Johnny Hendricks theory, right? And I've said this before. Johnny Hendricks was a guy that was obsessed with winning the title. Obsessed with beating GSP and winning the title. Fought GSP, lost. Gave him a title shot, won the title. Was ecstatic, right? I think he defended once, maybe, and then he fell off the face of the earth. Anthony Pettis the same way. Won the title at 55, defended it once against Gilbert Melendez, and then just, I did enough. I made a Wheaties box. The motivation's not there. I'm a millionaire. It happens to people. Not saying it happened to Jan, but Jan looked very pedestrian in the Glover fight, unmotivated, almost like he was taking Glover a little not seriously. Because during the press conference, he was saying, "Oh, Glover, what are you going to do? Take me down?" Yeah, okay, we're expecting that. But he fucking got taken down. He couldn't do nothing. He got rocked in the feet. So I just think Jan there's not much else. I know he's got a new son. or an only son, firstborn son. Trust me, being a father, I know you're you're working your ass off for your kids, but I just don't know if that's enough in combat sports. I like Rakic here. I'm doubling down on Rakic. Give me Alexander Rakic minus 180. That's going to be a money line pick, probably by decision. I just don't see him finishing Jan. Jan's a fucking tough dude. Let's see what decision is here for. So over 3.5 is minus 130. I like that. I like over 3.5, and I like Alexander Rakic by decision plus 215. I like those as well. 11-1 by submission. I don't think he's submitting Jan, but yeah. So I like that. That's my card. So let's go Slimeball parlay. I've teased it enough. I got the number here. Let me just do it right here while we got it, because I have the number written down in my little trusty book here. Okay, so anchor the parlay, Davy Grant, Mortal Lock, obviously very confident in Davy Grant. Think he's going to get it done. That's Slimeball leg 1. Slimeball leg 2, Jake Hadley, don't love it. There's not many spots on here. I can't do women's MMA because it's burned me in the past, but it was either Hadley, fuck you, can't say your name. Hadley, there you go, nailed it. It was either Hadley or Rakic. I went with Hadley. I think the kid is going to get it done, but I am nervous. I'm not nervous about David Grant, and I'm not nervous about Hadley. Or I am nervous about Hadley. The third guy who I should be the most nervous about, but I'm just going, fuck you. It's like, just let's go. Let's create chaos. Michael Johnson, baby. The one guy every MMA capper tells you can't bet. I tweeted out I'm having the hardest time with this fight. What Michael Johnson's going to show up. I am now doubling down, putting my money where my mouth is, and taking Michael Johnson in the Slimeball parlay plus 221. 2-1 on your money, little slightly over. Not the biggest Slimeball, but goddamn it, we're cashing, baby. Whew. And I'm nervous about Hadley. And if you don't like this, listen, create your own Slimeball. Tweet it at me. This is just my version of it, okay? The Slimeball's for everybody. It's for everybody. But this is a big fuck you to myself, essentially, picking Michael Johnson because, the one most unreliable guy that you want to bet, you want to put your money on is Michael Johnson. And I'm saying, you know what? Let go. All right, that's it. That's the show. MMA Takes Podcast on everything. IG, MMA Takes Podcast. Twitter's, MMA Takes Podcast. YouTube, which you're watching this, MMA Takes Podcast. Hit the subscribe button. Let's go. Hit me up on Twitter. Let's fucking rule the world, baby. Buy a shirt. Link in the description. I got new shirts coming out in like 2 days. Let's go.